know what? I was a little disappointed when I heard Prop 8 had been overturned. I had changed my position about gay marriage because I don't think the state should have the right to interfere in anybody's personal life. And I don't think the state should have the right to make any decisions about social issues at all. Race, color, gender, orientation, whatever. It should be left up to society to choose. It's only because I believe negative rights should supersede positive rights. And here's why. Because one thing that will definitely happen was that the gay agenda, or not the gay agenda, but uh, the gay advocacy groups, which will openly admit to wanting to normalize gay um, gay acceptance into the mainstream community, will seek to make case issues out of marriage. And what that will do is that will violate the First Amendment, the right of free religion. Because do you realize that someone could go in, request to be married, and if the priest refuses on religious grounds, they can be sued for discrimination. It happened once. I found the article. I just wanted to make sure, The lady was a New Mexico Christian photographer, and this was in 2006, and she was sued by a same-sex couple for refusing to take photos of their commitment ceremony. Now, okay, yeah, the New Mexico Human Rights Commission decided that she had to pay $7,000 in fees because her values, her religious right, wasn't important as their civil right. In other words, one civil right trumps another. No. I don't believe in that. Or more accurately, I believe negative rights should always stand before positive ones. And I think this is exactly a good reason, is because of advocacy. And what that means in negative and positive rights is positive rights are guarantees by the government. Anti-discrimination, fair housing, anything that's a guarantee by the government for your liberty. Now, negative rights are anything that's a guarantee by the government not to take away from your liberties by the government. It's not making a promise to you to uphold you from someone else. It's making a promise that the government itself won't impose their won't impose dictatorship and take away your liberties. And that's a big difference. I'm not especially sympathetic to the church, and on science issues, I completely disagree with a lot of things, As an atheist, of course I do. But yet at the same time, you know, I am tired of the social progressive cycle of advocacy for advocacy's sake. You know, the people of California made their choice. That was the will of the people, and it's overturned by legal matters. That's unconstitutional. That's just undemocratic. That's anti-American. I do not agree with that. Now, would I be so hesitant or so apt to be on my high horse if it was an interracial couple and they did that? Well, you know, no, honestly I wouldn't. I don't have a problem with interracial couples. So to be fair, you know, I just had to throw the counterpoint in myself. You know, I'm sure no one needed any counterpoints. They could have thought of all kinds by themselves. And I don't know how to honestly to judge those two. Except my personal preference is one's right, one's wrong. Just to be objective and not disingenuous about my views. And I think that these are things that we all need to be share. You know, we need to close the culture gap, you know, and stop this polarization of our society. And that's why I believe in a representative culture. And that's also why I believe we should have much more funding for our courts. And if we have to take some of it from the military, you know, we're not in the Cold War anymore. You know, we're in the war on terrorism, you know, but that's another subject. You know, and I believe I am pro-mission, but I'm also winning the peace is winning the victory. So that's there, you know. No war is good war when there's unnecessary war, and you know, and that's our major funding is that. I think if we straightened out our country, we would straighten out a lot of our problems abroad. You know, and I think part of straightening out our country is straightening out our priorities. Oh yeah, this is Republicus. You know it. You know? And I just think that we should definitely decide that we need a representative culture. One that predominantly supports true liberty. And that's negative rights. The right to be protected from the government, not the right of the government to protect us from ourselves.